Time for another She-Ra episode review. This time it's the Eldritch Mist. While going off to see Castaspella, She-Ra runs into some more troopers and their up. However, she didn't realize Shadow Weaver was nearby looking for a spell book. Then, while she sees Castaspella, the two of them use her magic pool to spy on Adam doing his #1 non-He-Man related hobby, and then Castaspella just completely casually brings Adam to Etheria. In the meanwhile, Cal comes warning that something horrible has happened in the Whispering Woods. As it turns out, Shadow Weaver has cast a sleeping mist around the forest, trapping the rebels using the Eldritch Book of Spells. And Eldritch, by the way, is just a word which means like ancient and dark and powerful, in case you've never read an H.P. Lovecraft story before. At least you can say that you learned something new from this episode review. So indeed, it turns out to be fortuitous that Casta got the hots for Adam, as he and Adora become He-Man and She-Ra. The heroes then go off into the Fright Zone. He-Man and She-Ra end up in a duel with Hordak, while Shadow Weaver shows off that Casta is not the only one who can teleport people without their consent, and drags her off to Horror Hall to have a witch's duel against her. Eventually, the episode wraps up a bit anticlimactically as Hordak accidentally destroys the quote-unquote security cabinet holding the Eldritch book, and then She-Ra turns Hordak's quote-unquote projector on himself. In all honesty, the Eldritch Mist isn't a particularly standout episode plot-wise. It's just another one where Shadow Weaver uses a spell on the Whispering Woods. However, the episode is interesting for a few of its minor plot points, and I do like the battle between Hordak and the Power Twins. There's a particularly cool moment when He-Man is basically holding off Hordak's projector ray with just his Baldric. See, I told you that Cordite business was going to be important someday. Also, the duel between Castaspella and Shadow Weaver ends on one of my favorite visuals ever, as Casta transforms one of Weaver's monsters into a cute teddy bear. I mean, goddamn, this is just too adorable. Anyway, the real reason this episode stands out, of course, is that it's another He-Man She-Ra crossover episode, and also the casualness with which Casta just nabs Adam from Eternia without Adora even knowing about it. I know I pointed this out in my Enchanted Castle review, but seriously, Filmation left very little to the imagination in regards to her motivations.
He is quite handsome. You must bring him here.
What's even more priceless is how Adora just laughs it off, like it's no big deal.
Oh dear, I must have left the pool of vision on by mistake. Mistake my foot.
Like, Adora, Castaspella was about to man-rape your bro. Maybe show just a little bit of concern? It's kind of a shame that Casta's motives for this episode appear a bit, unsavory. Because this episode actually hints at the history between Shadow Weaver and Castaspella, and I probably should make a video about that as well someday. As it stands, the Eldritch Mist is at least very entertaining, but not a standout episode. I can think of at least 5 other episodes where He-Man characters have cameos, and which are more impressive, but even with its somewhat rapey undertones, it's definitely a very watchable episode. And that's all from me for now. I'm TheHande. I have the power, so can you.
We have the power, so can